What's happening? And are you working? Yes. All right, you're working. Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Houston with a Problem. It's a little Houston After Dark. I'm feeling better. My voice is still a little scritchy scratchy, but you know what? That's okay. Get the nice, rich, deep, dulcimer tones of Houston when he's recovering from whatever it was I had last week. Okay, so, I don't have much to talk about right off the bat. Do I, Monkey? No? I mean, I spent, like, all day reteaching my mother how to use a computer. Because every year, she uses the computer for the first time in the entire year to make her Christmas card. And she doesn't remember how to use a computer and how to make a Christmas card. So I sit there and talk her through it. And it's a long day. So, Christmas card is done. It's going to get printed by the printer lady tomorrow. And then everyone's going to get them all for my mom. So, yeah, there we are. That's where we are. And you're off. Ha! Daytime, nighttime, off. Yes. The young guy who sent me a new version of the nighttime one, I need you to send it to me again. I gotta figure out how to send it to me. Because it was sent to my Twitter, and then I don't have access to Twitter anymore, and I can't get it. But maybe we'll have some more things out there. Josh Pet Pals Tennessee ponied up 50 dineros, and he is our sponsor for today's show. You can visit petpalstn.com. He trains dogs, he boards dogs, he does awesome stuff with dogs. He's got a great little YouTube channel. Follow him on Twitter as well. He's a good dude and a dog expert, and offered many tips to help out with Snoopy. Although I think Snoopy is beyond hope. Thanksgiving, went and visited the old Snoopster, and he is, poor boy's lost a bunch of weight. Apparently he's just a nervous wreck and won't eat food, and because he's not eating food, he's not getting his regular I have anxiety medicine, therefore his anxiety is like 10 times to the roof. But I was like, later, Snoopy. Monkey Butt's like, peace, bro. I'm out. So anyway, this is a big collar on this shirt today, isn't it? This is a good shirt. I like this shirt. This is like old school Hawaiian shirt. This thing's probably from the 60s, somewhere around there. Monkey Butt, do you like it? It's got lots of patterns just like you. All right, so we know that, let's just say the hypothetical situation was that there is a preferred share that is going to set to stop trading, say, next Monday. And FINRA has not quite come out with the, hey guys, you need to close your positions letter yet. Some of the brokers have already stated they're going to do that, but they have not had the big old push from that self-regulatory agency of FINRA saying we're going to stop trading on this thing, so you need to close your positions, because they're continuing to short. I mean, they'll short another 300,000 to 1 million shares a day at this point, and there's only 5 more days of trading left, hypothetically, right? Hypothetically. So, what happens? If the 8th is when the brokers say they're going to start forcing closing, is that when we see price action? Because I don't know how they hammer it down when no one's selling. Because people are selling fakes. They're selling you phony fake stuff. So, the rest of the market got hit pretty hard. Digital currencies got hit pretty hard. Yeah, so I'd be looking at crypto. What crypto does, say, Wednesday through Sunday, as any key as to just how tenuous the hedge funds might be with a certain preferred share stopping trading. Okay, Iggy Lemon. Woo! It's Monday. It is Monday. Good job. Actually, some of you who might be waking up right now in Europe, it might be Tuesday. Or some of the Aussies or New Zealanders or do you have any Singaporeans left in here? So every once in a while, I'll get someone from like Singapore or India. It might be Tuesday for you already. Jason Blackwell, Houston. I used to have a problem with sheep wandering on my property until a sign that said, "No sheep allowed. This means you." That reminds me of a joke. What's Scotland's national anthem? Hey, McLeod, get off of my you. That's a good one. I like that one. Jason Blackwell. So Houston, is the FINRA corporate notice even a thing we should be concerned about? Well, it certainly muddies the waters if FINRA doesn't come out and say, hey, as a regulatory body, we're going to regulate. If they don't do that, then bad actors see that as a wink and a nod to them acting bad. And it's going to make for a hellish situation. Probably, I think FINRA is on the hook for class action lawsuits against them for not doing their job, for breaking their own rules. Class action lawsuits against hedge funds, class action lawsuits, well, just lawsuits everywhere for regulators not doing their thing. FINRA hasn't even said hey, we're going to make sure the trading's going to stop when the company goes private. They haven't even announced that yet, even though the S1's been approved by the SEC. FINRA has not said that trading's going to stop when trading's supposed to stop. So, yeah. Just in my head, you see the Fed is investigating Neuralink. I did not see that. I would not doubt it, because I do not think that they are ready for human trials yet. Neuralink. Oh, they're probing the animal abuse. Yeah. Yep. So they're probing animal. So, 15 of the 23 monkeys died. I think there was one successful Neuralink implant, and the rest of them all had their brain scrambled or died as a result. Whoa. The company has reportedly killed roughly 1,500 animals since 2018. Many deaths were allegedly avoidable. That's a lot more than I'd read before. Holy smokes. Sheep, pigs, monkeys. Multiple workers reportedly said Musk told them to imagine a bomb was strapped to their heads to get them to move quicker. Huh. Yeah. The people who are volunteering for the human testing phase of this are going to get exactly what they probably... I mean, you aren't going to be able to scramble those guys' brains any more than they already scrambled. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Monkey was allegedly missing fingers and toes, possibly from self-mutilation after his implant. So basically, put the implant in, went and he had his fingers and toes off. Cool. That's gnarly, man. That is gnarly. Okay. But yeah, well, that's news as of this evening, 5:05 p.m. earlier this evening. I did not see that one. Kirk Wilson. Hey, Houston. The fictitious company, NNAT. When do you think it'll squeeze and the minimum price target? Just a guesstimation. Well, are we referring to the parent company of a fictitious company called Acme? Because I'm sure there'll be a couple of phases. If people are able to turn over the sale of their preferred shares into big gains, I would not doubt that they put a bunch of that into that company, into the parent company. And when the dividend is finally handed out, if and when they sell the assets of Acme, the parent company should get a nice little egg from that because they own some of those shares. And so they'll be able to announce like, hey, we made a bunch of money in their quarterly report, and then stock price will go up again. So there might be two waves in there. I don't know if it will be the type of price action that will result in a squeeze or the price goes to like $100 or whatever, but the price will definitely go up. So I think it's good. If you buy deep out of the money calls, something for like 2024, no matter what the price does, you can see. And if the price does go up like quick, maybe it goes to $5 real quick, you could probably 5 or 10x those calls pretty easily. So, I've got a few of those. I'll probably get a few more when I get a little more cash in my pocket from happening. And Rollingbay, hi Houston. Matt Kors has lost all credibility, in my opinion. Today, he ranted about Liz Cheney being nominated for Time Person of the Year. He legit had no idea what she had been doing for the year. Well, I mean, I can understand her being on the list. Whether she deserves to be the Person of the Year or not, I would put Zelensky as the Person of the Year personally. I think Zelensky should get it. Or, I mean, it's not always a flattering thing. It's just like the person who's in the news the most. So it could be Elon or even Putin, because they're in the news constantly. I mean, I'd put Liz Cheney probably like, I don't know, maybe up there. Give her a nomination. But it's like the MVP voting. He's like, oh, this person got 4 votes for MVP and finished 10th. That's kind of where I think Liz Cheney would probably be in the scheme of things. I don't know how. Sometimes they pick the weirdest folks to be Person of the Year, but like, she has it. I'm not pissed off about it, but she's been doing a lot with the January 6th committee and trying to get that stuff out there. I don't think it'd be something that I would rant about. It doesn't seem worth it. Really stupid. I sure hope Acme pops. Like everyone has been pulsating about. I'm just oozing with anticipation. I am oozing with anticipation. I hope it's anticipation, because if not, I should probably go see a doctor. And Rolnick, my sister in London says they are going to start rolling power outages. Also said cafes and shops are giving away leftover perishable food at the end of the night to anyone who asks. It's going to be a rough one in Europe. That is for sure. In the UK especially, because while they've got lots of liquid natural gas ports and they can import a lot of this stuff, people can't afford it. So what you going to do? The UK is going to have to figure out a way to subsidize this, but subsidizing it's going to cause even more, British pounds on the market, which is going to make the value of the British pound drop more, which is, causing inflation and everything else. So all this stuff's going to be definitely compounding. Not my name. Hey, Houston, in the new movie Troll on Netflix, and how it is totally based off real events. Have you ever seen any in your travels? A troll in my travels? No. Nor have I seen the movie yet. I saw it pop up there, but I watched Bullet Train the other night instead, because, well, I enjoyed it. No, I've not seen a troll, nor have I seen an elf. I went all over Iceland, never saw an elf. But, I might be looking in the wrong places. I haven't seen a Sasquatch or Ogopogo or a Loch Ness Monster or a Yeti or a abominable snowman or Chupacabra. I just haven't seen those yet. I have seen 2 UFOs. That's what I have seen. 2 UFOs while I'm out there. B-Ball 3710. If Acme price never pops and I choose to hold through the 12th, Do I need to do anything? Just wait for private divvy. If you are in a trading app, it might be best to get into the ASC, their direct register system. Because I'm not sure how those little apps are going to handle. If you're in a bigger trading platform, Fidelity or TD Ameritrade or whatever, Schwab, you'll probably be okay. But even then, it might be best to just register those things, just to be safe. Because dealing with a private company is way different than dealing with something that gets publicly traded. That's what I'd say. AJ still wants me to watch The Man from Earth 2007. I have not seen it yet. I don't even know what. All right. Man from Earth 2007. Okay. Streaming platform. All right, it's on Tubi. Ooh, it's on Amazon. Okay, I can watch it free on Amazon. Okay, I have it written down. I have it here, and now I know I can watch it on Amazon for free. I will take that up. The Man from Earth, 2007. Okay. Okay. All right. Noted, AJ. I will watch it for you. Finally, and it'll happen. And then you can ask me when I watched it, and I'll be like, I saw it, and this is what I think. Because right now I don't know what I think. Andrew Stewart, Houston, what is the one little thing you're excited about after MOAS? For me, is buying all new socks. I have a friend. He's not super wealthy, but he does seem to only wear new socks. He's come with me on my travels, and wherever we go, he just buys new socks and wears those. I don't know if he throws away the old ones, donates them, but he appears to only wear a pair of socks once, and then he's like, be gone. I've never seen socks personally as a temporary item, although I don't put up with like socks that are worn away with holes. I just go to Costco. Every time I go to Costco, I just get an 8-pack of socks because why not? So get your Costco socks with your gray toe, feet picks on the. There we go. And they're like $8. Get 8 new ones. Every time I go to Costco, get a hot dog and socks. Why not? Okay. But what am I looking forward to? Buying name brand condiments at the grocery store. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because right now, I'm like, the name brand condiment is twice as much as the off-brand condiment. And I'm just going to get the off-brand condiment. But I would like to have the luxury of doubling my grocery bill every time I go to the grocery store and get the name brand condiments. Because right now, I think the only name brand condiment I buy is I get the olive oil mayonnaise, either from Kraft or like Best Foods. That might be the only name brand condiment I buy. Everything else is just some off-brand variety that some label makes 25 of them for every grocery store under their brands. And I would like to know what it's like to live that name brand condiment lifestyle. Yeah. Iggy, Houston don't give away feet pics for free. Save those for your OnlyFans. Okay. Scott Paul, Houston, happy birthday. How are the eruptions going in Hawaii? All good. Would love to catch a quick flight out helicopter over the eruption. Me too. I would love to be helicoptering over the eruption right now. The eruption is going pretty slow. There's a large volume of magma. It's down to, I think, one vent at the moment. Let's, we'll just, whoops, gotta go there. Bam. Come on. There we go. All right, let's leave. I was looking at Eastern Washington here. Let's get down to Hawaii. Hawaii. Okay. So we've got an eruption happening. This is not updated at all as to what is erupting, but there is well, the Mauna Loa Observatory is okay. These are fine, but the access road is cut off. So there's weather observatories, there's telescopes, there's a solar observatory, there's all sorts of stuff up here at altitude at like 11,000 feet, I think. Yeah, 11,100. These guys are fine, but the access road, which is a winding road that comes down to the Saddle Road, which is highway between the two mountains, which is one of the main roads on the Big Island. It was neglected for a long time. It was a very dangerous road for a long time, but about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they finally like widened it and flattened it and made it nice. But now they've got a whole bunch of lava pouring off the rift zone here, and it looks like maybe the next couple weeks it's going to cover up the road and fill in the valley between the two mountains. The lava is moving pretty slow. It's moving about 50 feet an hour. So it's not a high flow like lava highway that we've seen happen like in with Kilauea every once in a while. It's pretty slow, meandering, crawling. A lot of it's which is like the crumbly rocks that just kind of roll along. And the vent doesn't seem like it's really changing the amount of volume that's coming out, because it's all coming out of one cone right now. But if that changes and it pumps out, a lot of magma all of a sudden, that stuff can take a turn and head down. Like if it gets down to the saddle, it could follow the valley between the two mountains and head down towards Hilo. But it doesn't seem like at the moment that it's the type of flow that's going to do that. It doesn't seem like a flow that's going to be like really sustained for a long time to end up doing that. Last time that happened was in 84, and I think this is the 84 flow here. And it got to within a couple of miles of town, and before it stopped. And once it hits the trees really slow it down a lot. The lava cools because there's a lot of water caught in all the foliage along here, so it will move a lot slower. Grandpa Barney, so it's moving like a tired old lineman then. Yeah. Just be glad you're not in North Carolina. You guys read about that? That like some Nazi dude shot up at a whole like transfer station and blew up all the power for this whole region in North Carolina. Now they're like out of power for an indeterminate amount of time. Holy smokes. Like, I don't... Just be glad you're not there, Grandpa Barney. Chakuseki. H-Dog. Can you talk about ball lightning, sprites, plasma from lightning by putting grapes in a microwave? Thanks. I didn't know you could put grapes in a microwave and generate St. Elmo's fire. So, ball lightning is a sustained fourth state of matter. Known as St. Elmo's fire, known as plasma balls. Essentially, you superheat, usually through electricity, superheat a part of air, and the air ionizes, so the electrons get blasted off of the molecules in the air, and so you have this negatively charged ball of plasma, and it's super hot. And we call plasma the fourth state of matter because you have solid, you have liquid, you have gas. You ionize that gas, you get plasma. That's the fourth state. And all has to do with the amount of energy in that material to begin with, right? Not very much energy, solid. More energy, liquid. A lot of energy, gas. Way too much energy, you ionize it and you turn it into a plasma. I've never seen a plasma ball personally, like outside of the laboratory. Like I've never seen like a lightning storm where plasma balls are floating around. I've seen videos of them, and they are freaky as heck. I can imagine if you are some sort of primitive human who doesn't know anything about science, electricity, seeing one float through your town and like discharge into somebody, and they just completely just evaporate into the atmosphere. Get yourself some spontaneous human combustion. I would think that's something biblical, something magical, something completely, unexplainable, just demonry at work. Absolutely freaky deaky, man, for sure. So you can make them by putting grapes in a microwave. I'm gonna type that into the old Google. Plasma grapes in microwave. Well, that's a Google search people do a lot. Okay, wait a minute. It's just gonna turn you off. I'm gonna clickety clack there. Go like that. Go grapes in microwave. Done. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, I gotta wait for an ad for someone else's YouTube video. There's gonna be no sound so that YouTube doesn't dock me. More ads. Just, we can do? We can just go like that for now. And then you guys don't sit through the ads. And I'll just talk aimlessly While, boom. Okay. That's an 8-minute video? Oh, man. Just put the grape in the goddamn microwave, buddy. All right. Okay, so it's 2 grapes. Get a bunch of energy put into them. And you have to have 2 of them to get a charge going between the 2 of them. All right. Dude, stop it. Okay. Let's get to where it actually turns into a plasma ball. So it's making plasma, but it's not necessarily a plasma ball at that stage. Well, I don't know. All right, well, that's not that exciting. But anyway, one story I know of someone who experienced one was on a nuclear submarine. This was like an enlisted midshipman, and he was talking about the engineer had forgotten to check the reactor on the microwave on the nuclear submarine, and there's these things called tags, and you're supposed to like pull the tag and replace it with another one when you've done your inspection, and the guy forgot to do the inspection, and thus like pocketed the tag. Did something with it wasn't. It made it look like he had done the inspection. He hadn't done the inspection, and the generator on the nuclear reactor overpowered, shorted out the system, and shot a plasma ball like down the hallway of the nuclear submarine, and everyone was running for their lives, trying not to touch anything metal because this thing, if it discharges like, like 1 billion watts and 1,000 amps into whatever it's going to discharge into, and burn you alive. So everyone's running for their lives from this thing, trying to like not touch the walls of the submarine because when it discharges, it's going to bronk and you might get electrocuted as well. Anyone can't take a shower. Like this thing's just floating, like passing through walls and things like that. And finally, it hit the wall, hit like the bulkhead of the submarine and discharged and like blew out a bunch of lights and everything. The submarine's underway. It's 3 months out to sea or whatever, and destroyed all his systems. And so this dude who pocketed the tags ended up getting court-martialed and sent to like Leavenworth or something for putting the lives of 600 submariners in jeopardy for not checking the nuclear power plant correctly on the submarine. But that's the only person I know who's seen one, and it was, I guess, to them one of the most terrifying experiences of their life. So if you see a giant Sprite floating around that's like crackling and it's really hot, don't reach out and touch it, because you will cease to exist at that point forward. It'll just be like a pair of shoes in the ground and that'll be it. Okay. Where was I? Neuralink, B-ball. Look at that, Man from Earth one, Scott Pollen. Aaron Salentine, Houston. I called Robinhood and they allowed me to set my Acme shares sell limit at $1,750. Looks like the brokers are getting ready for a wild ride. What is your thought on this? Wow. Get it. Just get it. I know there's like naysayers out there saying it won't squeeze, but the only reason it won't squeeze is if the regulators don't do their job, the brokers don't do their job. And are they prepared for long, protracted legal battles they will not win? If they don't do their job, they're going to get sued. And they're going to get sued a whole bunch. It might take years, but they'll be out a pile of money. And, the lawyers will get most of that money. But class action-wise, there'll be a lot of folks jumping on board with that who would have claims to a whole bunch of money. Because the nature of our markets, one of the first things you learn in a finance class about shorting a stock is that there's an infinite potential for loss. And if we create a system that eliminates that potential for loss and incubates and insulates the short sellers, then you don't have a fair market. You have a broken market. A broken market that is specifically geared towards destroying your entire national economy. And that is not sustainable, and that is not in the best interest of those in power or the people who they represent. You might be able to do it for a short period of time, but if you give those short sellers free reign and immunity to ever suffer consequences for their actions, then you just destroyed the entire economy basically forever. So wild ride's gonna have to be. That's the only way you can save America, is to punish those who shorted. You must make them come back down to earth, realize they're fallible and not omnipotent hedge fund overlords, and they need to experience pain and loss, and probably a few of them will be leaping from the windows of Wall Street towers. That is nature rebalancing. That's what it is. So, yeah. But man, Robin Hood's only set 1,750. Come on, Fidelity. Get your act together. Mountain St. Funk, I've looked for this Acme stock and cannot find it. What was the ticker? It is a fictitious stock that may or may not be analogous to a stock that I was told not to talk about. So they made a fake one that's going through something similar. We can talk about that. I'm sure people will mention it 5,000 times in the chat as to what I could possibly be actually talking about. Sad Boy Incorporated, Houston, I'm back to selling covered calls, already up 40% for the year. I've been selling calls since August. This Theta Gang stuff feels like a cheat code to investing, but it's also been teaching. There you go. Get that dinero where you can, reinvest back into them, sell it again, right? Houston, why does E-Trade show after hours at 790 for Acme when every other Webull, Google, etc. show it at 750? I don't know. Like on OTC stocks, my Fidelity account won't show after hours at all, which is really annoying. So, I don't know. Moon, what do we know more about space or the ocean? Probably space. We probably know more about space than we do about the deep ocean. We've mapped the deep ocean, but there's still like tens of thousands of creatures. We have no idea what they are. We don't know how they operate. We don't know. We don't know where sunken ships are. The ocean is a scary, dark place full of evil, and we just don't know what's in there. We just suck up all the fish and eat them all, and then we collapse their ecosystem. That's what we do. That's what we do with the ocean. Sorry. Throat's still a little scratchy. Chest still a little coffee. Wheat Wild. Good morning, Houston. And everybody, it's 7 a.m. here. I'm off to work, so listen to the show later, calls, and on double intro, silly dad jokes, and I Have Africa shenanigans. We have an I Have Africa joke. It's going to be going up here tomorrow for the folks who got the board for, well, in perpetuity. There'll be an ad that goes up starting tomorrow for next level chimneys that will be like before. If you pay $50, it would stay up until someone else paid. This is going to be an ad that just is the in-between ad for whenever someone is not paying $50 to sponsor the show. Because Next Level's Chimneys did an amazing job. Replaced both the oil furnace chimney and the fire chimney, which had been sealed and was unusable. Put in an insert wood stove that is just beautiful, along with liners in both chimneys. Out of the goodness of their heart, and to advertise on my show. So if you are in the Northwest and you need to do chimney work, get Next Level Chimneys. They are fantastic. Daniel is just a wonderful man. And he's going to be taking away the entertainment center that my roommate has left in my house for 4 years because he was like, it's free. And then put this giant entertainment center we didn't need and then moved out and didn't take it with him. But Daniel can use it, so finally someone's going to get the entertainment center of the house. And he put in a fireplace. It's awesome. So it'll be basically Houston a problem brought to you by Next Level Chimneys in perpetuity because they did just awesome work. Okay. And Iggy, the ocean is full of giant, terrifying things, and the bottom in space is cold. Yeah, there you go. Mighty Mouse, can we get the cat in here to distract you so I get another 3-second intro? No kitty right now. He might be sleeping in the other room. I don't know where he is at the moment. You know, he's been liking to come by. He comes in, he makes meow meows in the hallway, and I get him to come over and say hello. But he's not making any noise right now. Sad Boy Incorporated, Houston, how do you explain radioactive elements still existing when they decay over time and the universe is already old as... Well, radioactive elements are made all the time. So, you know, you get to certain elements like, what, uranium-138, I think, has like a 4 billion year half-life. Isn't that what it is? 135. Shoot. Uranium half-life. 4.5 billion years for 238. Sorry, 238. Yeah. Uranium-238 is 4.5 billion year half-life. That means if you have, I don't know, 20 uraniums, right? After 4.5 billion years, it will have decayed into, I believe it decays into lead. You will have half of that. You'll have 10 left. And in another 4.5 billion years, so now we're at 9 billion years, you will have 5 left. And another half-life of another 4.5 billion years, so now we're at 13.5 billion years. We'll have 2.5 of those uraniums left. And over that course of another 4.5 billion years, so now we're approaching 18 billion years, there could possibly still be 1 left. And another 4.5 billion years, so now we're at 22.5 billion years, which is longer, which is almost 10 billion years longer than the universe has existed. There's a 50% chance that uranium will cease to exist. 50%. And if it doesn't happen to decay over that 4.5 billion years, there's another 50% chance that last uranium will cease to exist. So that's how you can still have reactive elements that are really old still in existence. Now, the radioactive elements that we date and age come from sources that are newer than the birth of the universe. So when the Big Bang went boom, essentially 90% of the material that was formed was hydrogen, with maybe 10% being helium. And there was no other elements heavier than helium in existence. They just did not exist. So what happened was those clouds of helium and hydrogen floating around in space, eventually, you know, they started to collapse in on themselves. They may have had enough of them together, and they got a common gravitational center of gravity, and they just start collapsing on themselves, forming stars. Woohoo! Beginning of star systems. So these stars started forming everywhere, right? And they start fusing hydrogen into helium, so it starts collecting more and more helium. And when they get massive enough, that helium starts fusing into carbon. So now carbon starts to exist for the first time in our known universe. And if the stars are really big, they can fuse that carbon into like neon and so on. And you can start making more and heavier elements. We have the really, really, really big, scary stars. They're so heavy and so dense, and the gravitational pull is so strong that they will fuse all the way up to iron. They'll make iron inside of their cores through nuclear fusion. And if they're really, really, really big, that iron core can collapse, causing the rest of the star to collapse, which will make a supernova, and the thing goes, boom, where upwards of 10% of all the material in the star will fuse at once. And when that happens, it can fuse all the way up to uranium. So basically every other element from iron through uranium are created inside of these supernovas, and those are created all the time because we've got supernovas popping off. About once every 100 years per galaxy we get a supernova explosion. And the fact that we have 13.8 billion years of history of our own galaxy means we've had. I whip out the calculator here. Calculator. Let's just all right, gotta go there. Gotta go calculator. Gosh, means I gotta turn off. Nope, turn off. Calculator. There we go. All right. So we got 13.8 billion years. Right? Oops. Gotta throw that 8 in there. That's important. 13,800,000,000 years of our galaxy existing. Right? And every 100 years, there's a supernova explosion, which means we've had 138 million supernova explosions over the history of our galaxy existing, right? So that's a lot of supernova explosions, right? All creating heavy things like uranium, one after another. The most recent supernova explosion we've had close to us was in one of the Magellanic Clouds, which is a little orbital irregular galaxy that orbits our own galaxy. And that was in 1987. 1987A was that supernova explosion. We have not had one visible in our own galaxy since, I think, the Crab Nebula formed. That was like in 1400 or something. So there could be ones happening on the other side of our galaxy. We just haven't seen them because they're too far away through the dust and clouds. But in our local neighborhood, we haven't seen one for about 500 years. Yeah, there you go. So that's how you get more nuclear things happening, and nuclear stuff can form too in our own atmosphere. We got high charged particles coming from the sun, and if they hit a CO2 atom wrong, they can make for carbon-14, which is a radioactive isotope of carbon. And eventually that will decay into nitrogen after 5,000 years? Crap, can't remember. It's been so long, I can't remember my half-lives. But you have carbon-14 inside of you right now. So this stuff gets created in our atmosphere, right? Two little particles coming from the sun, hits a carbon atom wrong, creates carbon-14, knocks off a couple of neutrons. And then a plant breathes it in. Plant breathes it in, forms some carbon-14 into its structure. It's, it might turn into a part of a banana or, some nuts in a tree or whatever. And you get a little carbon-14 stuck inside of the material of that apple, right? And then, a horse comes along, eats that apple. Horse craps out what's left of the apple, and nuts and mushrooms grow. And then, I don't know, the other creature comes along, eats the mushroom. That creature gets eaten by a bald eagle. The bald eagle shits somewhere. That shit happens to go into a stream that's eaten by some minnows. That minnow's eaten by a salmon. And then you go to the grocery store and you buy the salmon, right? And now you just ate some carbon-14. Carbon-14 went into your body. You're putting that carbon into your muscle tissue, organs, whatever, and then you die. Plonk, right? The moment you die, you stop absorbing carbon-14. You will not take in any more carbon-14 into your body. You're dead. It could be in your bones. It could be in your hair, whatever. And the clock starts. So the half-life of that carbon-14 is I looked this up. Half-life carbon-14. 5,730 years. Okay. So after 5,730 years, if we were to look at the molecules in your body that should contain carbon, we see a whole bunch of them perhaps containing nitrogen instead of carbon because it decays into nitrogen. Then we'd be, we know this molecule originally had carbon in it, but now we see nitrogen in it. Therefore, it has decayed from carbon-14 into nitrogen. And we can also look at the atoms of different compounds and say, we got all these carbon-14s in here. So let's count how many carbon-14s there are and how many nitrogen atoms there are. We can figure out how long this thing has been dead. We can radiocarbon date this dead person, right? So when we find a cave with some bodies in it, I don't know, from some druids or something, we can scoop out their carbon, or what should be carbon. We go, okay, we have, in this case, we have 10 carbon, and we've got 10 nitrogen. And if that's the case, then it's been 5,730 years since that thing died. Because if it was yesterday, it would be all carbon, right? But now it's just half carbon, half nitrogen, so it's a half-life. If it happens to be, 5 and 15, then we could say, oh, it's been 2,000 years or whatever. And we can date it that way. So there you go. A lot of you at home are going, I don't care. But you know what? You know who did? You know who did care? Sad Boy cared. And now Sad Boy knows. All right. Drew, I think people are being impatient with Acme. I think we're gonna deny it. They would have been denying it. And they honestly probably don't want a week of just FOMO on MMTLP. This might blow up the markets. Not financial advice. Oh man, I hope so. I hope so. Lord Jameson. Also, sorry Herschel has your initials. I really thought of that one. I always like CHW and like Houston Wade HW, and I think homework. Oh, it's my name. I'm HW. And then people will post things like during COVID, especially, they were talking about HCWs, healthcare workers. Well, HCW is also my initials because my middle name is Curry. And so it's CHCW. I'm like, why are people talking about me this way? Also, when I was in the Big Island of Hawaii, a lot of the license plates are HCW. So they have license plates, particularly at each county in Hawaii. So if you see an H, that's for the Big Island of Hawaii. So I'd see tons of HCWs out there for some reason. Okay, B-Ball 3710. My friend has money in Robinhood Gold. Gets decent interest on his money, 3 to 4%. Robinhood sounds shady. Should he be worried about losing his money? No, because what Robinhood is doing is Robinhood is making money off of people who have margin accounts, and they're taking an appreciable percentage off of that and pumping into there. And they're probably taking the cash you have and putting it in some sort of money market account as well that's earning compound interest. So back in the day, oh man, pre-financial crisis, right? Before the economy collapsed in 2008, if you left cash in PayPal, they put that money into some sort of money market account and you could earn 12% interest back then. So back then I had a boatload of money just sitting in PayPal because why not? If I wasn't going to use it, I might as well be making like straight 12% interest on that sucker. And I did for years. It was great. And then when the financial markets all collapsed, PayPal got rid of that program and you could no longer earn capital on what you were leaving in your account, which is a bummer, but it happens. Okay. Jonah Fader, did you see the astronomers detected an icy volcanic comet erupting in our solar system? How often does this event usually occur? Well, they might be like kind of embellishing what they mean by an icy comet erupting in our solar system. When you look at a comet, you see the tail that comes off the comet. There's actually two tails that will come off a comet. One tail is sort of the vapor trail of material that's coming behind it. The other tail is from the solar winds of the sun. It will just go the opposite direction of from wherever the sun is. And that is from like the sun warming particles, those particles getting hit with solar winds and then blowing away from the object. But when comets get close to the sun, they start to warm up. And when they start to warm up, you get volatile explosions. So you get eruptions that come off of them. And that's where the debris stream from the tail comes from. So whenever the comet gets close to the sun, then it starts to erupt. And then it starts to make a debris trail until it goes around the sun and ends up far away again. And then it cools off and stops having a tail again. So whenever it's near us, it's going to be erupting. So yeah. So every comet we've ever seen go around the sun, it's It's been erupting Comet. Okay. Lost waves. Houston, check out the new Coyote attack in a person's driveway. It made headlines today. So, Coyote was ballsy enough to attack. If anything, you get something small like a coyote or a fox attacking you, rabies. Coyote attack on toddler. Oh, it's toddler, so it's small. This is where's this? In Los Angeles. Ballsy coyotes in Los Angeles. Okay, so you got a coyote, you got a toddler. Just there's a closed frame and they actually have video of this sucker. Dude, show it. Show it to me. 52 seconds. I want to see a toddler get smited. Looking out for a raccoon that attacked. Oh, it's unresponsive. That's what's happening. Aw, snap. Let's do it again, you jerk. Make the internet work better. Do it. Do it. Go. Go. There we go. It's going to give me that, isn't it? Oh. Oh, that's a little 2-year-old. That 2-year-old's going to have to grow up tough. Mean streets of Los Angeles there. There goes the coyote. Whoa. Holy smokes. Oops. Guy's like, that's my dinner. Oh, that dad needs to learn how to throw better. That dad's got a terrible arm. Oh, man. Crazy. That's crazy. Reminds me of a video. It's probably 15 or 20 years old now. It's like a toddler in a park, and this eagle tries to like take off with it. Like, oh, the eagle would have had some good eating if it had managed to get a whole human baby. But, man, ballsy coyote attacks. They need a monkey butt's what they need, monkey. You wouldn't let that happen. You would have just smited that thing right then and there. Right, buddy? Yeah. She's like, I've had a long day of watching you teach your mother how to use Google Docs to make a Christmas card. I just can't. I cannot anymore. Right? Well, if you Google Docs one more time, you're just going to lose it, aren't you? I know. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. Insert image. Upload from computer. Select the file. Upload it. Resize it. And then she says, how do I put another one in here? And I go, insert image. Upload from computer. Select the picture you want. Open it. It's too big. Click on the picture. Grab the little square. Make it smaller. There you go. Well, how do I do another one? Oh my God. Insert image. Upload from computer. Select the picture you want. But this one's too big also. Click on it. Grab the little dot. Pull it. Make it smaller. There you go. But I want to put another picture in here. That was Monkey listening to me patiently work my mother through doing her Christmas card again. Once a year. It's our yearly tradition of her learning how to use Google Docs again. Okay. Where were we? We were at Lost Waves talking, make me watch a toddler get eaten by a coyote. Fantastic. William Morgan, I'm going to bed. Oh, William. Sorry, I'm doing a late show. You want to do a day shows? You haven't been able to show up to day shows recently. Chad Clifford, Houston, can you outline your exit strategy for GME again? And what do you think the chances are of a full-blown MOAS at this point? Thanks, man. Happy birthday. Well, I mean, we talked about this the other day that Acme might be a litmus test as to just how viable a MOAS can be. If the regulators do their job, it's happening. Guaranteed. Brokers do their job, this thing's going to fly. Now, if they don't do their job, then the shorts get a lifeline they should not have. And that might be what leads us to them just lasting forever, shorting everything out of existence, making all the money in the world, and never contributing anything to society ever again. Okay. But if the regulators do their job, this sucker squeezes in the next 5 days, then it might be on like Donkey Kong for a bunch of these other stocks that is shorted. Because if they're getting liquidated, that means they won't have the collateral available for any of their short plays that they've done on margin. And they're going to get margin called for all of those, and it's going to be just going haywire for every short play that they have. And that could be a cascading effect for other plays down the road because, let's say you have a company that wasn't short on Acme, right? You have a hedge fund's not short on Acme, but they're short on something else. They're short on CEI or AMC or GME or whatever. And one of the companies that is short on Acme gets liquidated. Everything they have gets sold out of existence, and that money's used to buy and close positions on everything they're short on. So they're short on Acme, they're short on GME, they're short on CEI, they're short on, I don't know, BlackBerry or whatever. And they're closing those positions, the price of all those go up. Well, now the price of GameStop has gone up to the point that now somebody else is getting margin called because they don't have the collateral to meet the price points of that thing. And so now they're going under. And then all their short positions start going up. And that's going to cause somebody else who has a short position on Nokia to now have to close their positions because they're getting liquidated, and so on and so on. So, getting that MOAS, that domino effect happening would be mwah. Can they keep it from happening is the question. We will see. We will see what happens with this litmus test, man, with the way Acme's going. So, my exit strategy with GME, before the split was essentially 100,000 a share. You get to 100,000, I set limit order for 100,000, sell that sucker. Then that sucker sells, I set the next limit order at 150, sell that one. Set the next limit order 50% higher than that at 225, sell that one. Set the next limit order 50% higher than that at 337. And just keep going one at a time until I think we get to a point where the volume may be peaking. If that's the case, then I might just sell the rest of them. Might sell 90% of them. Hold on to a few just in case that, something else happens and goes nuts. But the goal is retirement, and that's what I want. When I made that goal, I only had a few hundred shares. Actually, less than 150 shares at the time. I've got more than that now. I would like to get to 1,000 shares. I'm not there yet. Hoping that with some Acme gains, I can get there. That way, if the price does not ever get to like that 100,000, 25,000, whatever, can just make me stupid rich, then, I could very likely just still be a millionaire because I bet $1,000 is easy on a squeeze like that. So that's kind of, hedging the bets. My goal is to basically sell the first share for a ridiculous amount, set the limit orders for the next one at 50% more than that, and just, exponential growth, go from there. And after 7 trades, you could be selling shares for over $1 million a share, if that's how it's working, if that's how the trading computers are playing. So that's the goal. And you can start lower because exponential growth goes fast. So you start selling $1,000. So one share $1,000. By the time you did your 7th share, you're at $10,000. And by the time you did your 14th share, you're at $100,000. By the time you did your 21st share, you're at over $1 million. So the compound interest can really take off for you. You get to your compound interest, exponential growth. I keep saying compound interest because we were talking about compound interest earlier. Exponential growth can really take off for you. So that's the basics of the exit strategy. In your brain you can plan for it, but there also comes that time when you see all those zeros in your account and you go, yeah, sell, which could very well happen. Because, retirement's retirement, right? And part of your brain says, play it safe, retire for sure. Another part of your brain says, take over everything they got. And you got to have the dialogue with the devil and the angel on your shoulders. And I'm sure we'll all go through that. Just in my head, see DeSantis' lawyers defined woke as the belief there are systematic... I can't read. It's from Javier. No, from Just in my head. See DeSantis' lawyers defined woke as the belief that there are systemic injustices in American society and the need to address them. DeSantis 2024 for your pro-injustice candidate. Facepalm. Yeah, The judge in that case. So this has to do with is this the Don't Say Gay bill? I think maybe from the lawsuit, the Don't Say Gay bill. But the lawyer was prattling on about these woke liberals, and the judge was like, "What do you mean by woke?" And the lawyer was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "I need you to define what you mean by woke for me." And the lawyers had to like be honest and basically say, being woke is understanding that there are systems in place that are inherently unjust, and to try and fix that, basically, is what they said. Which does not make you look very good if you are anti-woke. I think I said it when I went on a rant the other day on the show that being woke is essentially seeing that people of all stripes are worthy of their humanity and deserving of being treated in a humane way. That's how I see it. And I think that's two ways of explaining the same thing right there. So, yeah. When somebody wants to go on like an anti-woke rant, what they're basically saying is that they don't believe they should treat other human beings as humans with all the rights and privileges afforded to them for being born a human being, despite whatever differences might be that come from birth or whatever. Oops. Okay. Javi, hey, good evening, Houston. When is the final day to sell Divvy stock? And if the squeeze was $12.50 because short hedge fund already funneled the money, what can fuel investigation on market irregularities? The fact that they still shorted and that they've borrowed shares and sold them still means they have not closed. If you are borrowing shares and selling them, you are not closing your position. So it is not squeezed yet. It's like the hands are on the pimple trying to squeeze it, and it's flexing a bit, but that pimple is not burst yet. So has not squeezed. So an investigation would go into, should go into the FTC and look at their logs. Look at that ledger and see who has short positions. We do not know who has short positions at this point. So, yeah. Lord Jameson, since learning about Mars dust toxicity, oh crap, we were talking about Mars and then the stupid chat just reset. Oh no. Is my thing frozen? No! Come on, don't be frozen. Don't be frozen, chat. I can't. Please wait. Oh, great. I think my window's frozen. Hopefully. Oh, there it goes. All right, it's happening. Oh, phew. Dude, what is up? Why is the computer just being a jerkwad recently? Okay, we'll scroll up. We'll scroll up and crap. Sorry, someone was asking about Mars toxicity and it just cut off that one. Maybe I can scroll up from here. Can I see it from here? No, I can't see it. Shoot, whoever was asking about Mars soil toxicity, your question is just gone, and I can't see it now. I apologize. I'm so sorry. But that cut off about, 20 minutes of chat. So, hey, now I'm only an hour behind. All right. We're at 9:35 in the chat here. Yabui Ent says FINRA didn't update at midnight yet. All right. FINRA. TKK, good morning from Denmark. Well, good morning from Seattle. Bex, it's Tuesday in Ontario. DVS, 1:37 p.m. Tuesday in Australia. It's tremendous. FINRA is an authorized non-governmental organization that is a non-profit. Seems like a way to get out of requirements versus helping retail. Yeah, FINRA is not a government agency. That's something people will constantly mistake for. They are a private corporation whose job it is to regulate, which seems really silly that you have a non-governmental organization do the regulating of something as important as the market when they don't have legal authority oftentimes to do what they should do. But yeah, but they are sort of like a partnership of market members to sort of like, we're going to agree to the system of rules and act by them. And they made the system of rules, and it appears they are not enforcing those rules. So they're going to have to, or else they're going to be facing lawsuits from everybody. Ted Tremendous switched to live chat. I switched to live chat before I started the show today. So it's been in live chat the whole time. So I did that. I remember to do that. Ted Tremendous, right? Market moves, had a call with FINRA. It was gold. Someone sent me that to me, and I didn't have a chance to watch it yet because I was busy telling my mother over and over again how to insert an image into her Google Doc for like 5 hours straight. So I should have watched it. I didn't have a live chat before the show to watch it. I'm going to try and watch it tonight before I go to bed. Houston, you ever coming back to Twitter? Ask MS. If I can. I need to go get like a burner phone or something with a phone number so I can get back in there, I guess. The one thing I really miss about not being on Twitter is that I'm not getting the updates from the open source intelligence guys about like what's going on in Ukraine. I was always fascinated with like, they had just some really cool historical Twitter threads where I just learned boatloads. And I feel like my brain got bigger every single time I clicked on one of those. I missed that a lot. I joined Post, which, it seems to be okay. They need to get an app because going to like post.com or whatever, it's just annoying. And their font is really annoying. But the layout is a little better than the social sites like Mastodon and what's the other one? Counter Social. I really don't like the way those things are laid out. Plus, like, you really can't crack jokes on Mastodon because someone just deletes you. Like, even really innocuous ones. Like my friend Andy, on Mastodon, they call what's a tweet a toot because you don't want copyright infringement. I don't know. And Andy, like, it was one of his first toot was, "I love the smell of my own toots," and they deleted his account for quote being a dick. So, cool. Way to invite all the comedians to come over to your new page. Okay. Oh, there's the kitty making noise. All right, buddy. Meow. You cat. Yeah, there you are. Get in here, bud. All right. Got the cat in here, right, kitty? Come on. You're rubbing those legs, but you gotta get up here, cat. Come on, say hi to her. There you go. There he is. Yeah. There's Chalupa for everybody. Oh, the crowd goes wild, huh, bud? Yep. The heavy purr going. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Scratch that butt. He loves the butt scratch more than anything. Okay. All right. Where was I? I got distracted. Chakoseki, human testing with Neuralink will probably just lead to intractable seizures. It ain't going to be the L4 implant from Mass Effect. The neuroscientists, and I know one fairly prominent neuroscientist, and she was talking to me about like the things they achieved with Neuralink are stuff that they achieved 30 years ago with other implants, and without like slaughtering animals wholesale to do it. So I don't know. A lot of what Elon seems to do with his technology is he like reinvents the wheel. He takes an idea that already exists and he goes back to the start and just redoes it without like taking something that exists and then expanding upon that invention. He has to like reinvent it and then start from there. And it seems to be like the hard way to differentiate an equation. I don't know. Like his robot, his cyborg robot thing is, let's face it, pathetic. The iRobot guys, the Boston Dynamics dudes, like their robots are just way better. They could just literally kick the shit out of an Elon robot, and the Elon robot wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So, right, kitty? Yeah. Little purr monster. Little purr monster. Boom. Ordinary angler who gets the money from a class action lawsuit with FINRA would be the plaintiffs. That's who would get it. Oh, Milkman. Most threatening name on the internet. Hey, Houston. Do you know anything about the person who invented the can opener for Spam? No. Like the pull tab peel thing that we can have like in every can now? I don't, but that person was a genius and made life easier for so many people. But no, I don't know anything about the can opener person. That sounds like something, a Wikipedia page I'm going to have to go down. Miss Missy Selinsky, person of the year, sexiest man alive. Okay. Ted Tremendous, seems all YouTubers losing big cred after crypto crash. Meet Kevin, all the crypto bros. What does FTX collapse mean for crypto advancement? I think it's just the start, personally. I think there's a lot more collapsing to go. It's just the beginning, right, Kitty Cat? It's just the beginning. Remember, we've got a giant fraud that is Tether waiting to bring this whole thing down. There's no reason Tether should be pegged at $1 because if everyone wanted their money back, it doesn't exist. It should be at 3 cents because that's how much money they have in those accounts. And you know, we still have Binance is still doing what doomed all these other big crypto firms, which was staking, right? They ask you just, oh, please stake your currency. That way they can keep your currency out of your private wallet, right? Because what you're going to do is you're going to give your currency to them into your wallet on their platform, and then they take that money and they pass it out in loans. They put it into weird accounts, whatever, and then they give you essentially interest, return on it. And the returns are ridiculous, like 32%. So you stake some unknown shitcoin with them, and they'll give you 32% returns on those on what you stake with them. Well, what are they doing with that money? Well, they're probably Ponzi scheming it. That's what we saw with FTX. That's what we saw with Luna. We saw with everything else. Is that these dudes Ponzi scheme like crazy. They get more investors to stake their money, and then they take that and they put it in your account. Like, oh, look at all the returns you made. Eventually, investors stop coming, and that's it. Or they do what FTX did, which is they take your money, they give it to their other company, Alameda, and they get a whole bunch of loans with it, and they spend that money, and then the money's gone. Poof, that's it. I wouldn't doubt if Binance is doing exactly the same thing. And when they go under, that's going to take down Coinbase. It's going to take down Crypto.com. It's going to take down a bunch of other sites and pages you never heard of. And that'll be it. And then everyone's going to try and sell what they can, try to get out while they can, and get back into cash. And they're all going to try and cash out their Tether coins. And then Tether's going to run out of money. And then people won't be able to cash out anymore. And then the run on the bank will destroy Tether. And that will cause the value of everything to just collapse entirely. And you'll be looking at Bitcoin for like $25. Right, Kitty? They'll start all over again. Which is why I should start an exchange called the You Can Trust Me exchange. You can trust me. I'm not going to be like those other guys. Baby, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm the good guy here. You can invest with me, stake your money with me, and I will make sure you get your 32% gains on all of it, girl. And they'll just steal your money like everybody else. But it'll be built upon this trust because everyone else has stolen your crypto and all your money. I wouldn't do that. And that will be Scam 2.0. What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? Yeah, that's how you do it right there. That's how you do it. You must the hair. John B. Houston, my sister started and ran a cosmetics company for 10 years. She never tested on animals and never harmed anyone or had a single product liability suit. Just saying. See, it can be done, man. You don't necessarily need to like rub a whole bunch of eyeliner into some rabbit's eyes to see what it does. Like, you can just use known non-corrosive, non-reactive compounds and go from there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Oh, There's a box on desk. The cat's going to want to go inside the box, isn't he? Okay, kitty, your butt is blocking the reader board here. Ted Tremendous heard about mail crisis in UK, limiting the mail to half week. Also, concrete shortage in USA. That's new. Kitty? Well, concrete shortage won't last for too long because we won't be building anything for a while. Girk's not so hot neighbor. Houston, what would happen if we filtered all the salt water out of the oceans? Like took all the salt out, we just sucked it out. My guess is everything in the ocean would die. For one. Oh, don't knock that. That's the lens cap for the camera, kitty. If you knock that thing on the ground, I will never find it again. And then the lens will get dirty. Yeah. All right, cat. You are just chaos right now. Okay. Where was I? Talking about cat. Quit being so weird. I know you have lots of toes. Taking all the salt water out of the ocean would probably be pretty terrible for the ocean because they need that 3.2% salt content, which happens to be also the salt content of your bloodstream. Let's think about that one. What a coinkydink that we have 3.2% blood salt content in our blood, and this salt water is 3.2% salt content. Very interesting. Ordinary Angler, have you ever seen the movie Margin Call? I have seen the movie Margin Call. It's probably one of those movies that everyone in this chat should watch. Kind of explains as an analogy for the 2008 crisis, but explains like how these companies can get so tied up with their derivatives plays that they just get blown out of the water in the end. All it takes is one thing to go wrong, and all of a sudden, hey cat, make a mustache. You are just a little climber right now. It's amazing. Like you guys didn't see him for 6 months because of the big dog being around. He's just all over now. He's like, I'm out. I'm proud, and I'm a cat. This is my house. Houston, gotta try Sir Kensington. Sir Kensington? What's Sir Kensington? Talk late to the party. Did you rant about Elon? A little bit. Also, your house is haunted. I see multiple orbs all over your videos. They're definitely not dust particles. That's the word on imnopti. What's the word on imnop? We'll get to that one. There's not as many orbs floating around as when Snoopy was here. We've taken care of a lot of those. Plus, we got the carpet shampooer working again, so that's making life better. It was broken for a while. Right, cat? And we had to get a new vacuum cleaner because Snoopy destroyed 3 vacuum cleaners. Oh. Douglas E., what's your spy thoughts tomorrow? Well, we dropped quite a bit. Dropped about $10 down to $3.98, and then it bounced back up above $400 again. Why? We all know where the spy should go, and it should just go in the toilet, and it just hasn't been. So, Planet protection team at work, keeping everything above board for way too long, be my guess. Owen Saunders, morning pal from Wales. How do I go about registering my Acme shares? I want to sell, but just in case. AST is the direct registered agent for Acme. Yeah. B2B brand definitely has a copy of the intro you can't access on her Twitter. Ask her. Yeah, I'll may have definitely sent it to me. Okay. Can Houston stream Houston on YouTube and streamception? Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. You guys, are you guys ready for this? Let's do it. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. Okay. I'm going to wait for the ad to finish. Okay, wait for the ad to finish, right? And then I'm going to skip that ad. I'm going to go like this. Ow, you're biting me. Okay, you ready? Okay. Let's see where this goes. All right. Well, wait, that just makes me big. So it doesn't quite do the streamception because... Oh, wait, here we go. All right, it's going. Let's see how far we can go here, and if it's... I mean, I could turn the sound on and really just like make it sound like a roar, but I don't think you guys want that so much, do you? It's going. How many more can we make out on here? So we've got 4 up. Let's go for 5. Boom, there's 5. Okay. And let's see this a couple seconds here. The 6 will pop up. There we go. Boom, there's the 6th one. Let's just see where this goes. So there's number 7. Okay. Number 8. Let's get down a hallway of mirrors here. It's just going wild. Number 9 just popped. There's number 9. I think it's 9. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, that's 11. There's 11. Okay, number 11. How far down that hallway is? It's amazing how it does get dimmer at the further away it goes, as if it's like, far away the process. It's just going on. All right, shall I put on? Let's put on the sound and see what horrors await for us. Ready? Okay. Properties. Boom. Logitech. Shabam. Properties. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Boom. I'm gonna see what type of roar happens here in a second. It might just explode. Oh, there you guys are gonna go. Okay. All right. What type of roar happens here? Is it happening yet? It might just waiting for the red bar to just hit up there. As I have to have a long conversation. Just keep using words, talking over and over again, so that all the Houstons along the way, slowly every 5 seconds, start having words, and then it's gonna grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. I'm gonna keep wiggling my arms around, just like see my hands move on the next screen. So my hands are moving. There we go. There they're going. They're going. Okay, the hands are moving, and let's see if the sounds are coming through all of them. All right. It's a whole bunch of Houstons having a big long conversation. All right, is the sound coming through? Is this happening? I've got to see if it's what type of roar we got going on right now. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh yeah. Got to see if it's what type of roar we got going on right now. Come on. Give it to me. Oh yeah. There's now an infinite number of Houstons just down that dark hallway, and you cannot see any of them. Yeah. There's now an infinite number of Houstons just down that dark hallway, and you cannot see any of them. Yeah. Oh. There's now an infinite number of Houstons. We're having a conversation over and over again now. Okay. Oh. I'll turn that off. See how long it takes for that to go down. I wonder if YouTube sees this as there's now 1,000 viewers suddenly popping up because now every single time it's a new viewer popping up. Okay. All right. And when I click off, let's see how long it takes for it to. All right, we're gonna go minimize. Boom. How long does it take for that whole thing to cascade backwards again? Boom. Okay, that minimizes. That was fun. That was fun. All right. Boom, 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 all the way down the line. Okay. Kitty, did you enjoy that? Did you? You were here for the whole thing and your butt was facing it the whole time. Boom. There it goes. That was worth it. Okay. Where were we? Who asked that one? That was the Streamception. That was Scott Pollan. There you go, Scott. Even though we can make Streamception happen anytime we want. It just happens in 5-second loops, 5-second blips because of the delay. So, there you go. Mitch Wiley, apologize. Can anyone inform me on Houston's educational background? He seems to be very knowledgeable. I've got degrees in geography, geology, astrophysics, and space studies, and currently doing another grad degree in history at the moment. Very slowly. I was hoping to be like 2 years during the pandemic. It's looking like it's be more like a 4 or 5 year program because I'm only doing things. Oh, Marvin G wants me to do a live reaction to the Super Mario trailer. The last time I did a live reaction to the Super Mario trailer, YouTube took away my monetization. So I don't think I can. I don't think it's allowed. And I think something bit my arm. I have like a serious of a bug bite. I don't want to scratching my arm. There's like a big ass bug bite on my arm. When did that happen? That's not cool. All right. I just realized I'm scratching my arm all night because something bit me. Sorry, Marvin. I am not going to put my channel at risk by doing another live reaction to the Mario trailer. I'm sure Chris Pratt has just an absolutely terrible voice. So, yeah. All right. But thank you for the super chat. All right. Tremendous. Is the pheromone attraction thing just a myth? Haven't showered for 3 days. I'm rank. There's definitely something to how people smell. I heard about like pheromone parties back in the day. It's sort of like single people. You would sleep on your bed sheets for a week, right? Sleep on your bed sheets for a week, and then you take them and you put them into a plastic bag. And then you go to a party, and everyone has their plastic bags, their bed sheets. And, you know, all the dudes on one side, all the ladies on the other, and you sniff the bed sheets, and you go, oh, I don't like that one. Oh, I don't like that one. But, oh, I like this one. This one actually kind of smells good. And then if you smelling those bed sheets and someone else smelling your bed sheets happen to match, then you become a partner. And that's the singles party for the pheromone party. That's what we got. But you know, you do like the smell of people. I've met people. I'm like, I like the way you smell, and I have no idea how much of it is their natural smell and how much of it is just having like a really good perfume or soap or something, shampoo. But you know, smell's important. I'm sure, Chad. I'm sure you just smell absolutely horrendous right now. You smell tremendous right now. Okay. MG Domino has asked about 50 times. Do you see the FINRA coming through with the CA? They better. If they know it's good for them, they better. That's what's happening. Hi, cat. Yes, lick yourself. That's a great plop of the morning to you. Okay. Vigd Vet 1 Houston, Tony Donaro says Acme stock price will keep dropping and will not squeeze. Well, I mean, that just means that Tony thinks that the shorts will win and can keep shorting a private stock. So if he knows that they're already going to break all the rules to let that happen, then he's right. If he believes in the rules and the system and that at some point they've got to actually like do their job, then he's gonna be wrong. Jardun, onto the turn off your intro glass. Okay. Matt Mann, Houston, what are your thoughts on the Bank of International Settlements saying that there is $80 trillion of hidden debts in the form of FX swaps? Probably an undercount. I think we were seeing last year when everyone was going through all the derivatives market, and they were seeing like derivative liabilities for specific banks, like Goldman Sachs, were like $600 trillion or something ridiculous like that. I think that's an undercount. I think the liabilities from derivatives are so astronomical that if anyone ever did anything about it, the global economy would just cease to exist. Your credit cards would stop working. Your home would explode. Your car would start driving in reverse everywhere. Heads would spin on CNBC and blood would pour out of the screen. I think that's what basically would happen. Sex find info. Hot girls. Picks for you. All right. They're still jumping along in here. Sex find info. You can only post your info on my chat during charity streams if you donate. You can put all these sexy girls waiting for you want in there. But if you aren't donating during the charity stream, you don't get to post on the chat. Dabda, your thoughts on the story that broke today? Not quite narrowed it down there, Dabda. There's a lot of stories that break every day. HYMCW. EW Brand, my sister has no power here in North Carolina. She won't have it till Thursday. Someone shut up 4 power substations, caused millions of damage to equipment that has no spares available. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, it's happening in Ukraine is Russia's targeting these substations, right? They're hitting transformers. And they blow up a transformer. And that transformer may have been online since the Soviet era. It's like the 1960s, right? So they blow this thing up, schwamp. And then the replacement for just that one transformer that handles a huge power load for like Kyiv or somewhere is $100 million. Just for one, city bus sized transformers, $100 million to replace. So, when you shoot that stuff up, it can cause huge financial damage. And then you got to wait for insurers to pay out and all that stuff. It's just, it's a pain in the ass, man. Every once in a while, some like stray cat like this little guy will get in there and chew on a wire and explode a transformer. But that's just chaos. That's just built into the law of averages there. But they don't really expect to have rednecks shooting up everything, blowing up glass tubes and stuff. Just nuts. Kelly Reed, happy birthday, buddy. Canada's yield curve inverted. Canada's housing is capital. It's capital F. 30% of Canadians on variable mortgages can't afford. Things are getting wild. Stay safe. Well, it looks like in a year or two, it might be real cheap to buy buy a house. Maybe I can finally buy that beach house in White Rock, BC, like I've always wanted, and then open up a psychic detective agency and pretend I'm living in Santa Barbara. And that's what I'm gonna do, right, Kat? Yeah. Oh, coyotes are making noise. That's why the cat and the dog are like, yeah, making some noise out there, aren't they? Not loud enough to be picked up on the microphone. You want to go murder, don't you? Yeah. They're making the yip yip sounds out there, but it's far away. It's not in the yard, so Monkey doesn't have to go out and murder anything at the moment. Stock Talk, Houston, have you ever watched a scary movie and then took a spooky dookie because he had to walk in the dark to the bathroom. Thanks for all you do. The closest I've ever been scared in a movie was actually when I was a little kid watching Arachnophobia, because spiders give me the willies. It wasn't so much being scared, it was just being like, ugh, right? But I've never seen a scary movie that scared me. Like, I've seen slasher flicks and splatter and that stuff's fun. But like movies about ghosts or evil killers, I've never really done it for me. I dated a girl that was all about scary movies. It's all she ever wanted to watch, and they were all so predictable. I'd be like, that's the guy, that's the bad guy. She'd be like, shut up. And it was always the bad guy every single time. But no, I guess I've never taken a spooky dookie because I've just never been spookied. I've dookied, but I haven't spookied. Anthony Wilson 3, Houston. If I paid for a DeSantis 2024 ad, would you post it on your show? I mean, pay $50. I'll put anything up there at $50. I don't have to like talk good about it. I can be like, that's a piece of shit, but they paid $50 for it. I can do that. No problem. Miss Missy, my Grammy was scared to death of lightning. As a teen, it struck the front door, floated through 2 rooms, burned a hole in the screen, and incinerated a huge tree. She make us sit and haul during storms. That would do it. So my icebreaker for my students is, what's your name, where you're from, what's your major, and what's your favorite scar? And then everyone goes around and tells a scar story. I want to say everyone, because some people, don't have scars. Some people might have a scar that's like way too traumatic to talk about, so I won't make them talk about it. But everyone who wants to talk about a scar story, they're welcome to. And in every classroom, you get 25 students, you got 5 people that should be dead, right? That they have survived something completely heinous, and they should be dead, but somehow they're survived. And I've had 2 over the years that were struck by lightning. One guy was struck by lightning and woke up like days later in the hospital. Another dude was struck by lightning, and it had, I guess, passed from his earring to his belly button ring and to the ground. So like it hit him, but like discharged via the metal on his body. And only got like slight burns in his ear and his belly button. The one that got hit had like gnarly burns in his feet and had to like do all sorts of rehab and like lost memories and stuff. But it always reminds me of, there's a video, I think it's from Australia, where there's a guy walking down this path and there's like, CCTV footage. He's walking down the path and blam, the screen goes white and he's like on the ground. And he gets up and he's like, oh, and starts like stumbling like a drunk person, but he's really just been hit by lightning. And he makes it about 40 feet and then blam, gets hit again. Twice. And then gets up a second time and starts wandering away. I'm sure this dude's brain was just completely erased. He just reformatted. It's now a FAT16 format or something, and no longer NFT. Can you imagine that? Getting hit by lightning twice and surviving? Holy smokes. But yeah, lightning's terrifying. I remember I was 5 years old playing in my first T-ball season. It was a yellow grasshopper was our team. We were the Grasshoppers. And we had a practice out in the T-ball field during a lightning storm. And the coaches just thought it was hilarious that the kids running around the lightning, swinging around aluminum baseball bats as like the tallest things in a field. And I look back on it with my scientific knowledge now, and I think those dads are the worst parents in the entire world. I'm so surprised that none of those children got completely zapped out of existence by swinging around their aluminum baseball bats above their head in a field during a lightning storm. But again, we don't get very many of them here in Seattle. Yeah. All right. Twilight Zone, I'm watching from the beginning while you're live. Say hey, I'll see it in the future. Hi, Twilight Zone. All right. Dan Sanchez, hey bro, do you own that house or just renting? I am renting. This is my cousin's house. He had to move to San Diego and is probably never coming back. So I'm essentially property manager / lifetime renter of this place. But yeah, I rent here. Tried tremendous. Is it irrational for me to have a fear of snorkeling alone in the ocean? No. Like, you know, things happen in the ocean. When I was a little kid in Okinawa, we'd go to the beach all the time. Go out snorkeling, go play in the water, whatever. And there's a certain point where, like, the shelf of the island disappears into inky blackness, and there's no more coral. It's just black. And I remember swimming out, like following fish around in the coral, and then drifting out past where the trench begins, and it's inky blackness, and then essentially having like a little 9-year-old panic attack out there floating in what is essentially the deep sea, because my brain just imagined like everything below me that I can't see that can look up and see me. And just imagining like the sheer biomass that was below me that I could not make head nor tails of. And my dad had to like come out and rescue me because I was just paralyzed with fear as little 9-year-old Houston staring down into the deep sea trench off of Okinawa. And once I was back, like I could see the coral and the fish again, I was totally fine. But yeah, deep sea swimming freaks me out a lot. It feels like floating in space. Like an inky blackness of space. And that's just... yeah. All right. Kaloum, Houston, did you watch the documentary on the man who tried to fake an element? I did not. Was it called Fake Element? Or just the man who tried to fake an element? Oh, Past Fun 36. Find my hot girls here. No one managed to get this one. Hide user on this channel. There we go. PAS36.fun has been hidden. All right. Mookie123G, nice explanation of Half-Life. Oh, thank you. Normally, I want to explain to my students. I have nice slides that kind of show all that stuff for them. BW brand, loan sharks, machine gun sharks, laser eye sharks are everywhere. Sharks are literally everywhere. That Canadian dude. Something interesting I found. Samsung's batteries over the years were LiPos instead of Li-ion. So lithium positives instead of lithium ion contain nickel and magnesium between lithium, and the nickel and magnesium decayed, producing CO2, then kaboom. Ah, is that what happened with the oh kitty. With the was it the Note 7 that was blowing up and they had to do a recall on all of them? I had ordered one, and then they canceled my order and said when I was going to get any more because they were blowing up. But I do have like old Samsung phones, and the batteries are like water balloons, and they just inflate a whole bunch. And I've been collecting them, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a bonfire one night and just throw them in the bonfire and watch them explode. Because, you know, they're fun. It's fun to blow up a battery every once in a while. Why not? Glizzy W. Mustard, let's talk about debt ceiling 2023. Okay. We'll have a very, very, very close House. I think we have a 1-vote margin for the Republicans in the House. And all it'll take will be a couple of holdouts to really mess things up. So, I mean, you have every single Democrat voting for it. And if you have, you know, the Republicans don't want to pass out a committee or whatever, it could really screw things up quite a bit. But I just wish that they would have passed that bill that just automatically approved the debt ceiling whenever you pass a budget. And just have it go from there. It used to be that way, but I think it was Newt Gingrich Congress that changed it and ruined it for everybody. So now you're gonna like vote in the debt ceiling every single time, which, you know, puts the country on the path to defaulting and destroying the world economy. There are too many things that can destroy the world economy, man. BW brand. My mom took on a school of sharks once. Her shoes were her weapons. Huh. Cat, what are you looking at? What do you want, buddy? Yeah, that what you want? Okay. Baby brand, Missy, no one is scared of being eaten by sharks. They're concerned with sharks tasting them. That's a good way of putting it. Okay. UBEnt. Are you in HNRC? The dividend is scheduled for December 16th. Is that the one that's like trading for 50 cents and they have a dividend of like $1.50 coming? Someone mentioned on the other show. HNRC. It's at 44 right now. So I am not currently in it, but it went from, it's been as high as 45 today, down as low as 43. Last week we looked at it, it had been like 25, 60, 30, 60, and it bounced around like that. Day traders would be going nuts with that. Ow! 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 You're biting me. Kayleen Rickle, Houston, the Crazy Sister's back. I messaged Carlene today. I was like, "Hey, your sister's watching my show," and she said you guys apparently talked about it like while her husband and kid were in Peru suffering from COVID in the hospital. So there you go. Welcome back, Kayleen. Okay. Stock Talk once caught a sand shark when I was deep sea fishing with my uncle. Nice. The 2 times I've been around sharks. One time in Hilo, snorkeling a little too late, a little too getting close to dusk, and a bunch of white tips came in to the reef and were everywhere. And like the white tips, they're they're maybe 4 feet long, but like if you get close to them, they might take like a scoop out of you just because you're near them, and they just instinctually go oh. But they didn't bite me. Once they came in the reef, I was like, peace. And then the other time, I was very, 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 very close to a tiger shark off South Point. I may have told this story before, but my friends and I would go to South Point when I was in college and jump off the cliffs, have a great time. And we jumped off the cliffs. It was like 4:00. Maybe get toweling off, like, oh, we're gonna get in the car and go get dinner and then head home. And this huge school of dolphin, like I had never seen. This looked like 1,000 dolphin came just rushing by, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go swim with some dolphins. So I jumped off the cliff. Dolphins are everywhere. It was awesome, and snorkel mask on so I could like see the dolphins. And then I got the dolphins all swam away. I was like, oh, and then I looked and there was this like hotel do not disturb sign on the bottom. It's about 60 feet deep, which was just about as far as I could free dive before the air just got squeezed out of my lungs. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that piece of garbage off the bottom. And so I dove down and I tried to get it and I couldn't quite get it. And I dove down again. I tried to get it, and like maybe the 3rd or 4th time, I finally like got this thing. And I thought it was gonna be like a plastic placard. It wasn't. It was cardboard. When I grabbed it, it just burst into like 8 billion little pits of fiber just floating around everywhere. And this fish came from everywhere. Like thousands of fish were swimming all around me, eating up all the little bits of fiber. And I popped up, I'm like, dude, guys, check this out. It's awesome. And no one was paying attention to me. I looked back down, there's fish everywhere. I'm like, no, really, check this out. And I looked back down, the fish were just gone. A couple of them like up against the cliffs, just kind of sitting there. I'm like, that was weird. Pop back up, and my friends are yelling at me. They're like, shark. I'm like, bullshit. There's no shark here. And I look, and the big fat Hawaiian guys were always like deep sea fishing there. And they weren't paying attention to the fishing. They were going like this. And that to me said shark. And I don't remember swimming to the ladder. I just remember all of a sudden I was at the ladder, climbing up the ladder, and I turned around and I didn't see the fin, but I saw this upwelling. And the upwelling was about as far from me as that placard had been in the water. Meaning, while I was like staring at these little fish, that thing could clearly see me and was like, my friend said the fin had come up, done its thing, and gone back down, heading straight towards me. So that was the closest I'd been to a tiger shark that I know of. That was as close as I need to be to a tiger shark. I couldn't quite tell how big it was, but it was definitely probably bigger than me. So, open it up and you'll find like the arm of a 7-year-old and a license plate and whatever else in there. Right, Kat? Yeah. You're like a little tiger shark. That's what you are. Just little tiger shark with an angry, floppy little tail. Okay. There's a lot of sharks in here. A lot of shark talk. I'm in a huge section of shark talk, being an hour behind in the chat. Holy smokes. Ted Tremendous, what would happen if Super Size Me guy just masturbated furiously for 30 days? Would you watch that documentary? Isn't that essentially the masturbation channel from Idiocracy? Masturbation channel. Igulamon, Houston, Tyler gets attacked and you judge that man's poor throwing ability. Hey, you know, teaching a good throw is really important, and everyone should have a good toss. It's part of being human. Is you should be able to, if push comes to shove, we get dystopian future and we're stuck with like spears. You got to be able to throw a spear, dude, or at least chuck a rock and brain a squirrel, because that might be all the eating you get for a while. So everyone should learn to get the wind up going, get that arm high, follow through. Reduce strain on the elbow and on the shoulder, and everyone should be able to huck a rock. Yanni or Johnny. Janny? Houston, what's your favorite 40K faction? I don't know, but my roommate would. He plays tons of, was it God of War? Is that what we're talking about, Kitty? I don't have it, so I don't have a favorite faction. He did last night come up to me and start showing me video, like memes about it, and it made no sense to me whatsoever. But he thought it was hilarious. He was like, "Oh, it's so funny," and I had no idea what he was talking about. Houston, did you check your P.O. box? Did you send sticker to Conroe, Texas asking for a friend named me? I checked the P.O. box. I've got a couple of them that are going out. Harry and James have some going out. There weren't others in there. I did get a lovely note from a couple of people. And how many stickers do I have left, Kitty? How many we got? I've got 5 stickers left. 5 stickers. We are almost to Valpak coupon stage. So when these 5 stickers are gone, there'll be Valpak coupons for whoever sends in their self-addressed stamp envelopes, which down below in the ye old description is the P.O. box. If you want one of these 5 stickers that are left and not a Valpak coupon, you need to send it soon. So stickers are going out, right, Kitty? Stickers are out. I got a lovely box of Pharaoh Roker hazelnut dark chocolate. The big ass box of this stuff, man. Fantastic. So, I've got chocolate for days, right, Kitty? Yeah, you can't have any because you're a cat. Not that you don't like sweet things anyway, so you wouldn't eat it anyway. She would though, because she's an idiot, right, monkey? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sweet little dog. Okay. I'm saying Funk 9, I live on a river. Hawks are vicious animals. You wouldn't want to be an animal that weighs less than 5 pounds around here. Yeah. I had a friend who lived just off the island in Suquamish nearby, and a big tree went down in a storm, and a huge bald eagle's nest crashed with it. And inside, where I am not embellishing, were like 200 animal collars. And so she collected them all up into like a garbage bag and took all those animal collars to the Humane Society and was like, this is in my yard. you can start notifying people for Fifi and any other missing pets that were around here. And there was like, holy cow, you know. I had a friend whose dog. She got this sweet little dog, just a sweet little guy. He was a very nice dog, and he was out in the yard and vanished. And then she got a phone call about 20 minutes later from it was like a place where like little girls go to ride horses, and apparently the girls were out riding in the field, and then this dog fell from the sky and went splat in front of all of them and just scarred all of them. And it was like 5 miles away from the dog got picked up. So a bald eagle took off with her dog and then dropped it in this field to probably finish it off or something. And so she got the horrible phone call that like 10 little girls watched her dog just fall from an obscene height and splatter in this field. Gnarly. I watched a wiener dog get snatched off the ferry boat about 20 years ago. That one was crazy because it was like early morning boat ride heading to Seattle. I think it's taking my dad to the airport, and it's a beautiful morning, like beautiful like August morning. So it's early. It's I don't know 5:30 in the morning or something, and we're like let's go up and watch the sunrise. And so we watch the sunrise over the city. Just hear this blood curdling scream. Turn around and it's literally like an eagle flying away with this like limp wiener dog in a leash dangling down. And this woman's just screaming bloody murder. Like, dude. Poor lady, poor wiener dog. By that point, you just got to be impressed. Like, you know, if you've ever been next to a bald eagle and they're, you know, like 4 feet tall, you can understand. And you've seen those talons. That was quick for that wiener dog. It did not suffer. That's for sure. Raptors are terrifying, right, Kitty? All right, dude. I'm so far behind. I might as well scroll. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna do a couple of more, and then that'll be it for the evening. If I missed your chats between 10:30 and like 11:15 or something, I apologize. But you know, there's only so many hours in the day. I just can't get to them all. John Doe, Houston should make an OnlyFans. It's only videos of him trying on weird shirts. That's what this is, dude. It's just different shirts every day. Every day you pop on here, you get a different shirt. BW brand, how does someone mail an empty envelope? It does. It involves folding. Every single one of the envelopes I get has creases in it from being folded and placed into another envelope and sent to me. So yes, there's envelope folding, and it probably ticks off all the reader machines that they go through. But the stickers get there eventually. Everyone says, hey, I got my sticker. So, all right. Eating little Debbie oatmeal cookies. I've got 3 more brownie squares downstairs that I'm going to eat when this is all over. John B., which sci-fi movie would you like to see a good sequel for? Fifth Element, Pacific Rim, or District 9? I mean, something that plays in the Fifth Element world would be pretty awesome. I don't think it could really continue on with the story. Well, namely A, because Bruce Willis has got dementia and he can't act anymore. And B, like, you know, that kind of ended. I mean, what's he going to do? Are you going to have a superhero again? I don't know. Pacific Rim. Didn't Pacific Rim have a sequel already? I thought they did a sequel to it. It was just like a straight to video for your convenience type sequel. I never saw it. I thought they had a sequel. And District 9. District 9 could you could definitely play off in that universe and have a whole another movie made about it. I think it would work. Yeah. And then B2B Brand says Fifth Element had ending already. There you go. District 9 ended in a cliffhanger. That had room for more story. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. Aaron Salentine, FINRA set corporate action. Did they? Did they post it? Let's bam. Let's see here. I don't have any news there, but let's go to finra.org. Okay, where would I filing, reporting, FINRA gateway, compliance tools, careers, broker check, media center. Media center? Would it be posted there? Would that be data transfer, e-bill, events, training, registration, rules and guidance, FINRA manual, updates, notices. Notices, maybe? That'd be enforcement. Let's see what notices says. Notices. Regulatory notice. That's from December 1st. I don't see anything from there. Maybe if I search MMTLP or Acme, searching Acme, sorry. No results. I'm not seeing anything. Looks like someone got our hopes up here. There, Aaron. I don't see anything posted. I got nothing. Nothing. Well, we'll end the show on that. I got nothing. Keep Brain Damage Island alive. We call it Brain Dead. Brain Dead Island. Okay. All right. I got nothing from there. I think the big news I'm waiting for is the 8th. To see what happens if brokers start actually just doing what they should be doing. Kitty Cat, do you want to say goodnight and show everyone your nipples? Here's setting sell on Wall Street bets. MMTLP group. Might be wrong, but cool. All right. Okay. Well, there we go. Boom. Okay. How about some of this? Shiplink. Have a great night. Everyone wants to see your nipples. Look at those nipples.